everybody. This is Ava with My Brainy Mess. How is everybody? I'm good. Can't complain. Just thought I'd get on here and just sit and chat, and because it's lonely just sitting here doing all of these little gift tags. I did a bunch of them. I did about 80 of them, and I'm going to put them in my shop. I did this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I'm debating on whether I want to put, I put Sparkle Mod Podge over these two. But I'm debating if I want to do the rest of them or not, or just leave them. I may have to do that because it gives them a little more sparkle. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to finish up this pile here. So I'm going to just sit here and chat while I do that. No, boring. But I just had figured it'd give me something to do while I'm sitting here doing this boring job of painting the same old, and I'm just about done. Tomorrow I got a lot to do today, and I've just been piddle-farting around and not getting the things I need done. Let's put this back. I really don't want to put Mod Podge on them because it just takes them so long to dry. What's been going on? I've had a busy week. I groomed my pups. Well, I didn't groom them all the way down like I normally do. I just washed them and trimmed them up. I just couldn't bear the thought of cutting them down with winter coming around the corner, and I know they have sweaters, but I just I don't know. They needed baths so bad, and I just wasn't in the mood to get the clippers to them, so I just got the scissors to them, and I did a horrible job. They have no tail left. They have, no hair on their tail left because they were so matted. Oh, my stars, they were in bad shape. It was pitiful. I'm missing some pins. I went to Remicade yesterday. Here we go. And I took some supplies and I unloaded them, and let's see, I'm trying to get my brain around all of this. And just sat and worked on markers. I've not really worked with markers and Posca paint pens other than just coloring in and what have you. And so yesterday, let's see, I'm using red. Yesterday, I decided to just take my markers, and I've been trying to play like, I've been doing James Burke's, a lot of his videos, and trying to loosely make stuff without having to use stencils and stuff. It's not easy to do. I'm trying to be more open-minded, and I need a whip, and be more creative for myself instead of taking a stencil or a like stamps like these things, and just color in and do whatever. I'll show you. I took this, and it's actually it's a brush off paint stuff, and then I go back and scribble in it. I think I've shown y'all this before. I did this piece here a while back, and I don't remember when I did it. But the face was just sketched in. I hadn't really put any detail in it and play with it. So I played with it at the Remicade while I was sitting there being infused, and I guess it turned out okay. I don't know. I tried to use some of the techniques that James Burke uses by doing shadowing with some gray stuff in there, but I don't know that I like it. But hey, it's out of my comfort zone, so there you go. But these are mostly my brush off paint pages, and then I go back and I decided, well, I'm gonna take one of these pages and play and do my sunflower and do it with my Posca pens and stuff. And so this is what I came to create. I didn't have that many colors. I forgot my brown. I didn't bring my brown, and I didn't bring my dark. I didn't bring these colors because I was working on these ornaments, and I didn't want to somehow lose one or something, or because I needed to finish these ornaments. So I played with what colors I had. And I brought two different colors of oranges. I didn't have my yellow because my yellow is part of these things. And I was trying to figure out how to make a brown since I didn't have a brown. And I found that orange and purple make brown. So I took my Posca pens, and while they were still wet, I smeared it and got a nice brown. And then I dotted it with some black. I did have my black, but I found that I could take my finger and smear the Posca pens and come up with different colors, shades of green between my gray pen and my green pens and my whites. So I was able to come up with that. It's not perfect, but I was kind of pleased with how it came out. And I've never used markers before. I mean, I've just never created with markers. So I did that, and the girls, the nurses one of the nurses was looking at what I was doing, and she was impressed. So I guess it was okay. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I like what you're doing." Even with this little gal. In fact, that's where I started out on, was her. And she goes, "Well, that is so cool." She was just really enthralled with this particular piece. And so she sat and watched me do it, and she liked it. And then I went over and started. I had the painty background already, and I just went on top of it with my markers to do the sunflower. I'm a sunflower person. I want to learn how to do as many sunflowers as I possibly can. I just love sunflowers, and I need to get away from that. I need to get out of that comfort zone. But I'd like to take that sunflower and do it more of a what's the word I'm looking for? Abstract way, with more colors other than your typical orange, greens, and browns and yellows. I would like to. I'm gonna work with my watercolors more, because James Burke, oh my gosh, he can take anything and just make this wonderful, bright, colorful, abstract piece that is just awesome. And I want to do that. And so I'm going to be learning how to do that. And I bought one of his prompt books. It's really for children, but hey, I'm a child still, so I'm gonna play that card. And that's not the pen I was using, but that's okay. I got that on crooked. And I don't need to do that either. I need to paint it first. Anyway, so that's what I did yesterday. I don't know if I told y'all. I don't think I did. This is one I was using. My generator stopped working, which freaked me out. I mean, I was stressing over it so bad. It was almost in tears. I went and called the people who do the service maintenance on the generator, and was basically told that they are so backed up, they don't even know when they can even think about getting back to me. I was like, are you kidding me? What the heck am I going to do if something major happens? Winter is coming up, and I mean, I was just stressing out over it. I mean, to the point where it was keeping me up at night. And because that is one thing I don't want to be without is my electricity. And anyway, when he was here back, I think we had him come up in July. I don't remember. And he did maintenance on it. And he told us that the battery was getting low. And it was a possibility that was the battery. So I kind of figured that's probably what it was. Bless my little husband's heart. He went on YouTube, figured out how to open up that thing, and find the battery. Went and got a battery for it, and well, we'll see if it automatically comes on. But at least my husband knows how to turn it on if it doesn't. So that was a lot lifted off of me doing that. It just, I was really getting very, very nervous. The fact, we weren't going to be without a generator. And of course, I called them last Monday. And I haven't heard boo out of them. And here it is, Thursday of the following week. So, I hope things are okay and it will kick on when it's supposed to kick on. But we'll see. It's supposed to do an automatic, a weekly run through to make sure that it's running properly and the oil is running and what have you. And it's usually scheduled on Wednesdays. Of course, it was not working yesterday, so it didn't get it. So I'm hoping next Wednesday it will go through its automatic sequence to see that it's working okay. But at least my husband got a new battery for it. And you know what? It was probably cheaper for him to do the battery than it was for them to do it. Because I guarantee you, if they'd have done it, I don't want that one. Put it up, Ava. If they did it, it probably, let's see, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I guess I'll do it this way. I need to wait until after I color it, Ava. Why do I do that? Because, what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Oh, man. Oh, it probably would have cost us probably $1,000 for them to put a battery in and do whatever they need to do. So it was only $250 for the battery. So we saved a lot of money if it works. From my husband doing it. And my husband is going to try to figure out how to change spark plugs in it and change the oil in it and all that stuff, so we don't have to have anybody to come out and fix it, except when all those stuff is done and it's still not working. He says it's basically the same as a car engine. So, and he knows a little bit about car engines. So we'll see. But, oh, I was so thankful. I was so thankful for him. Bless his heart, though. He was having problems. When I got home from Remicade, he was hoping to have it all done because he knows I get stressed out when he tries to do things when I'm home. It stresses me out because he gets to cussing and fussing and yelling and I can't, and I feel bad and it makes me sad and I want to help, and then we get into an argument, and usually it's better anytime he does a project that he does it without me around. It's just, I try hard to keep my mouth shut, and it's hard for me to do. I have to help and get involved, and he hates that when I do that, and I can't seem to help myself. It just, so he was trying to get it all done before he got home to surprise me with it. And I got home, he was out doing whatever he was doing. He was stressing, you could tell. The stress, the sweat was pouring off of him. He was huffing and puffing and carrying on, and I said, oh God, what now, And here I was all drugged up with my infusion, and so I was like, I am not in the mood for this tonight. It was just like, I can't deal, and I said, what's the matter? He goes, I can't get my blankety-blank truck to open up. Evidently, the battery in his little remote fob went down, and I said, do you think it's that? He goes, I don't know, but I don't know what you did with all the batteries. And I go, well, I found it in the freezer the other day, and I asked you about it. And he goes, well, I didn't know if you put it back in the freezer. And I said, yeah, I put it back in the freezer because you said it lasts longer that way. And I said, so it's in the freezer. So I went and grabbed it out of the freezer, and we changed it out, but it still didn't work because his battery was dead. I mean, the car battery, the truck battery was completely dead. And so I said, well, can't the key fit into it? I did it the other day and got the key to work, and it fine. I can't even get the key to work. And I said, give me the keys. I got the keys, and I got it to work. And he kept telling me to turn it to the left. And I says, I don't think that's right. And I said, just give me the key. And so I turned it to the right and opened it up. No problem. He goes, what did you do? I said, well, you were turning it the wrong way. I said, I had this problem the other day when I was trying to get into your truck to check the mileage on the truck for insurance. I said, but the battery's dead, and I couldn't get it done. And that's our problem. The truck doesn't get used very often. And so the battery is gone completely dead, and he needs to go get a new battery. But he's just been jumping it when he needs to. He needs to go run it. He needs to go run the truck, and he hasn't done it in a while. Because we have a single driveway. We don't have a double driveway, so I'm parked behind. The car we use the most is parked behind the truck, and the truck takes more gas, so we always use my little car. It just does better. And anyway, so, but he went and got it at Walmart, actually. I was surprised. I didn't know Walmart sold generator batteries, but they did, and they helped him, and he was able to use his Walmart discount card on it, so he saved $15 on it. All is good in the world. Oh, man. My infusion yesterday. I did not realize the last time I went, I had gone to Conroe, because I live out in the boondoonie, so anyway I go anywhere, it takes me at least 30 to 45 minutes to get where I'm going, unless I stay in town of Montgomery. But all the places that I need to go usually is outside of Montgomery, so I usually have to run into Conroe, Willis. Well, even Willis is not good, but or Woodlands or Huntsville. Well, I found out Huntsville's an option because it takes as much time to go to Huntsville as it does to go to Conroe. And when the infusion nurse called to confirm my appointment, she says I have to go to Cleveland. And I says, I don't want to go to Cleveland. That's too far. And, of course, I don't know if it is. I didn't even check it to see if it was. And she says, well, we'd have to wait for a week, another week before we can get you over here in the Conroe location. And I says, I said, I need my Remicade now. And she goes, well, you can go to Huntsville. And I says, okay, I can go to Huntsville. I think it's not as far, about the same distance. And it was. It was like a 3 minute difference, you know. And no traffic at all. Whereas the other way, I deal with a lot of traffic. So it was quite a nice, pleasant ride because I was traveling in the forest area because I live out in the Sam Houston Forest area of town. And so going to Huntsville, you basically drive through the Sam Houston Forest. And so it was a nice little drive, and I didn't have any problems. Found the place, no problems. The suites, the infusion suite's a lot smaller than the one in Conroe. The Conroe and one, the infusion suites are, I guess I want to say about 30 or 40 chairs. I mean, it's huge. It's a huge suite. And it's the one I used to go in Webster, you know, before I changed over. There was only like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe, I almost say almost 10 chairs. And there's about 10 chairs in this suite too. So it's a small suite in the one in Huntsville. So I kind of like it better. It's a lot more fun. The people are fun to chat with, and the nurses are a little more personable because everybody's in such a tight quarters, you know. It's just more personable. And when I got there, there was a man sat in the chair next to this man whose birthday was yesterday, and so he brought cookies for everybody. Oh my gosh, that was the best oatmeal cookie I have ever eaten. It was, this is not working. All of a sudden, this is not working. Great. I'm real bad about, I need to start using my, that's my goal for next year, is use up my supplies that I have, my paint supplies, because they're all drying out. You wouldn't believe the markers and stuff I have that I'm not even using. You know what, if I got my little white space. But, so that's my goal, is to use up. There's, you know, when I sit and watch these videos, God, there's so many products that I want to buy. Here I go again, you know. Gotta have. That just looks so cool, you know. I gotta watch that. I did buy one. I told y'all that. I bought one of his drawing books. It's a prompt book called Daisy Wing. He shows you how. I printed out his freebie template on the start of his Daisy Wing. And it's a little cheat sheet for a children's book. Well, I'm wanting to do a children's book, so I thought, well, this would be fun. So I'm going to do his tutorials on his little Daisy Wing, his little Daisy lady, and maybe I can come up with my own little children's book characters that I'm thinking about in my head. I've just got this little book in my head that I've had for years, and I've always wanted somebody to illustrate it, and I thought, well, you know, I could do it. So I'm gonna try. If I don't, then I'll get Miss my friend Sandy to do it. But I gotta write the book first. Write the story, how I want it done. I had it. Actually, it's a kind of a true story. That an experience that happened to me. That was so precious and so cute that I wrote it down. I wrote it all down, and I can't find it. I don't know what I've done with it. I get red ink on everything. I don't know what I've done with it. I remember the story, and I just need to rewrite it out and make it into a children's story instead of my own experience. And but it's an actual true experience, but I want to make it more fantasy because and it was a fantasy thing. It was at the Renaissance Festival that it happened, and I was in a wheelchair in my because I had broke my foot that year, and my son was wheeling me all around the Renaissance Festival. That was the most fun I ever had at the Renaissance Festival. I had more fun because I didn't have to walk. Because usually when I go to the Renaissance Festival, I wear out my legs and back and everything. Just, I would be so tired. And, but I was in a wheelchair that time, and my son had to wheel me around. And I had more fun. But I came across, they have all these cute characters, and they have these little sand fairies, little sand pits, and these little people dressed up as fairies, and they stay in character pretty well. And I had a conversation with one of them, and as she was creating stuff in the sand, and it was so cute. Oh, she was just adorable. But anyway, the little reaction of this little fairy was so intriguing that it inspired a story for me to write. And it's one of those child books that's just a one-liner kind of thing, you know, and big pictures and one-liners. It's not anything. That's all I see, just a little one-liner thing. For the child to remember. But I want to go to the Renaissance Festival so bad, but my back and feet cannot handle it. Last time I went, I thought I would die. In fact, it was so bad, we got so far back into the festival that there was a horse, and I couldn't walk back. I was just like, I can't do it. I was just dying. And there was a horse and buggy carriage guy going back to the front. And we said, we'll pay you anything. Just, can you please take us to the front of the fair? And he said, well, we don't normally do that. I said, oh, please, I'm begging you. We'll pay you. And he said, okay. And so he took us back to the front so we could go home. But I'll never forget. And then ever since then, I told Richard, I said, I can't do this anymore. Just can't do it anymore. And that was, when was that? It's been about 7-8 years ago, I think. That was then. I could never do it now. I want a scooter to be able to go. And we've been pricing them out. Oh my God, those things are expensive. I just want a scooter for that purpose, to go to the Renaissance Festival or go to places where, you know, fairs and like Fredericksburg has a trading fair that would be fun to go to if I had a scooter. I can't do that walking anymore. We would have enjoyed having it on the cruise. Would have been nice. To be able to go and view some of the stores and shops and what have you. But, so we didn't get to utilize some of the port stuff because it just wore us out. I'm almost done with this. I really ought to paint these with the glitter stuff. Would be much prettier. Don't really have time. Well, you know what? I could go ahead and do that, and they just don't have to be put out tomorrow. I think that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and glitter them. Oh, by the way, happy Halloween, everybody. I hope y'all are going to have a good festive time. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say anything too political. And I don't want to get into politics. If anybody knows who Birdie the hippie chick is, go view her yesterday's video. I highly recommend it. She had a lot on her heart, and she set it out, and it was wonderful. Y'all need to go watch it before, if you hadn't voted yet. It's something to get you to thinking about. I just love her. She is such a cool lady. I actually got to meet her, and I just absolutely adore that woman. She's so precious. I'll try to remember to post her video down below, because it was very heartfelt, very thought-provoking, but if you're not a religious person and you don't want to think about the politics, then don't go view it, because she handles both of them in that one video. But it was good. It was good. Very powerful. She was powerful. Powerful, powerful little lady. And she basically, you know, I've been having the same anxieties as she was having until she started researching and praying in the Bible and researching in the Bible about political issues. And once she did that, she felt at peace. And when I heard her, of course, I have heard this before, but for some reason coming out of her mouth, it just reaffirmed my peace. And it just made me realize that I'm okay now. You know, I did the right thing. I did my civic duty. I voted already, and it's done. And whatever the outcome comes, I'll be okay with it. Won't be happy, but, you know, I'll do whatever I have to do when that time comes. So, she made a comment about there are 41, I think she said 41 million Christians that refuse to vote because they don't like either one of them. And I thought, there's a lot of people out there that won't vote because they don't like either candidate. And I thought, no, you can't do that. No matter what, you've got to vote what you believe in, what your convictions are. And no matter what it is, go vote. Go vote. I think early voting is over, but Tuesday is the actual voting. I think it's Tuesday the 5th. And get out and vote, guys. It's important. It's your responsibility. That's all I got to say about that. Go vote. Pray about it. Go vote. And listen to Birdie's, before you go vote, listen to Birdie's message, and maybe that'll give you a way to think about voting. If you don't like either person. She comes up with some scenarios that God uses people even when they're bad. And she did good. I was just so proud of her. She couldn't have said it better. So I'll put her video down below because she did a good job. I really like Birdie. She's such a sweet lady. Such a sweet lady. I love her to death. And she's quite a creative person. I wish I can just throw things on a page and make it look good. I'm so, what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody's so loose with their art, and I'm so rigid about my art, and I've got to stop doing that. I got to learn to just play and play with all my mediums, and no matter if it looks like crap, like I did do it in this book, and this stuff looks like crap to me, you know, just playing with paint and markers and just loosely play. But sunflowers, I love sunflowers, you know, and just play, and I've just got to make myself do that, and I have a hard time. It's like it's got to be picture perfect, you know. But that's just me and how I was raised. My father wanted me to be perfect, and he stressed that I could never be perfect enough for him. I think my paint's drying out, and this is my last little ball. And that was how I was raised. I could never be perfect enough for my father, for him to love me. And he always said he never said he loved me, come to think about it. I have one little bitty letter that he wrote me that he said, "Love, Dad." And that's the only love letter that my dad gave me. I remember one time, it was my 16th birthday. He sent me flowers, and I had my first boy-girl party, and then I was excited, and he sent it to me the day of the party, and I never thanked him for it. And oh boy, did he make sure that I knew that I didn't thank him for it. He berated me so badly, you know, and made me feel so bad and so useless. That was the way my father was, you know. It was all about him. And unfortunately, some of those characteristics played out on me, and I have to sit and stop myself for being that way too. And it's hard. Okay, last one. I'm done. I'm gonna stop here. I've done my share of ranting and talking out, and I thank y'all for being here with me, listening, being my friends. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have no idea. Love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a most blessed day. I thank y'all from the top of my brain to the bottom of my feet. Please like and share and subscribe to my videos. I hope to get more on my videos probably after Christmas. I may do, let me get my Christmas stuff up to my booth, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do a little bit more videoing. But right now I'm so wrapped up in trying to get my Christmas stuff for the booth that that's all I can think about right now. But anyway, again, thank y'all. And y'all, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share my videos, and hit the notification button to let you know I have a video waiting for you. Otherwise, y'all have a most blessed day. Happy Halloween, and I see you on Flip Flop. Bye.